Let me ask you a question. What format or how do you like to consume products? When you buy a product, or if you have bought a product, do you like listening to it? Do you prefer going to live events? Do you like writing, making notes? How do you like to consume information products? Bam, hi, John Harris here, coming to you live from my digital studio, and this is Info Products. Look, do you have a product or service yourself or an idea, and you're not quite sure what format to put it in? I.e., is it audio, is it visual, what sensory perceptions do you want to appeal to? And there are three things you need to remember here. One is, who's your target market? So who are you trying to reach? Second, what do they need? So what is their problem and what solution are you providing? And then ask yourself, look, why don't they have it already? Why haven't they purchased something already? Those are things that you need to make a note of and write it down and start to think about it. I'm going to talk about 11 formats that you can use, and that's not limited to these, but these are some of the ones you can think about. I'm just checking my notes as we go along. So online membership sites, a physical training program, subscription program, coaching program, software and apps, corporate e-learning systems, live events, mastermind programs, certification training, manufactured products, consulting. So those are some formats that you can think about that you're gonna choose to create. And let me just say something here, that a lot of times if you're starting out, remember I said to you before that your first course won't be your best. And for cost savings, you really need to make it digital. A lot of people will say, no, I want to do it just like my mentors. I want to, have a box that they're going to receive with goodies. But remember, you don't end up with a garage full of products that you haven't managed to sell. If you start selling in a simple term, if you get a digital product, you get some people interested, you get some traction in the marketplace, and you manage to sell some of those digital products, the distribution costs are very low and there's no warehousing. So you're making a huge saving there. It's less risk and you're learning at the same time. It's very important to start doing something and getting some sales somewhere. Here, we often say, look, if you're going to start buying farm, don't go to the bank to get a bond out on a farm. Go first to learn how to sell, let's say, milk on the street corner, or how to sell eggs. Find out where your market is, then start to progress. So again, I would just say to you, the physical box can have a workbook in it, can have CDs, DVDs in it, MP3, badges. There can be a lot in there, and that is when you start to escalate to a premium product, a different pricing point. So to start with, you got your free stuff. Then you have an entry level at a very reasonable. It's not really a decision. It's a very low price. Then you'll have your core product, which we spoke about, and then you can escalate it to your high end, which is often in the form of physical events and coaching at a higher price. 3 steps to determine your format. You, your audience, your business. Let's think about this. These are very important things to remember, okay? So for yourself, what do you want your lifestyle to be? If you're going to be doing your live events, you're going to be traveling. And you might be traveling globally. Some of you will love to travel and would like that. That's fine. Others might have a goal of spending more time with their family, so you're going to have a conflict in goals. So you need to think about that. If you're going to work from your home or your studio and you do digital, you do videos, interviews, online summits, you can do that perhaps from your home or a nearby office. So you got less travel. You may not have quite the same impact, or you may do, but that is something else to think about. These on the lifestyle side, you got to work it out what you're happy with, what you like doing. The same as the product, what you're comfortable with, but where there's an existing market, and we're going to discuss marketing a bit later. The next thing you want to think about, who's your perfect audience? You don't want to appeal to people that are not ideally suited to what you're offering. Look, there's a lady I know who wanted to come to some of the coaching. When I spoke to her and I asked her, what's the biggest thing that moved your needle this year? She didn't know. I asked her, what is, from her superpowers, what are the things that she's skilled at, that she likes about it? She says she's not really sure. And a lot of her answers kept going around this thing, well, I don't know, I'm not sure. She's not an ideal client. She's not far enough down the track. You need to have people that have gone down the track a bit, that are where you are, not necessarily above you, below you, but they can learn from you. Just remember, you only need to be one chapter ahead of everybody else. We know, as I said before, that they have the top coaches in the world. And as I understand it, one-on-one with Tony Robbins, I think is $1 million. We can't all afford that. Obviously, you'd get massive capabilities and you'd have a massive change, but we don't. Not all of us have that kind of money. So for you, or perhaps you're further down the chain, there are people behind you, there are people above you. You just remember, you're trying to help those that are behind you, below you, and you can help them start to move forward. The next thing you want to look at is, what is the appropriate size, stage, and scope of your business? If you're doing a brick and mortar business and you want to now perhaps take it to the next level and start to take it into the new economy, take it online, or take a portion, you don't have to take the whole business. There may be an aspect of it you can take online. If you're doing something and you're successful in doing it, any type of business, you can also teach other people how to do that. You may be a successful digital agency, you may be a successful travel agency, or so I say travel management company. You can now teach other people how to do that and get paid for that. So you can do it, or you can coach people how to do it. And you can make a lot of money like that. So this is what we're talking about, is the how-to industry. So you got to look at the scope of that business. Do you want to have, I've mentioned this before, do you want to have just a bit of extra income? Maybe then you just want to sell other people's products as an affiliate marketer. Do you want to genuinely generate some lifestyle to have enough income to start being able to purchase the things you want? Or are you a growth industry type of person? Are you a renegade entrepreneur that's looking to set up a proper size, decent, big size company, something that down the line could go for IPO or something? You need to think about those things up front. You don't want to just be going on holiday and not knowing where you're going on holiday. What's your destination? When we travel on holiday, we all know our destination. We're going to the coast, to a certain town, to a certain type of hotel. We're going to do a certain amount of activities, have a certain amount of leisure time, and we know that beforehand. And then we know where we are now. We know where the destination is. Now it's just the journey to get there, whether we're going by road, by rail, by ship, by plane, and what that entails. So from packing, to going to the airport, to boarding the plane, to getting on the plane, to changing to any other linking flights, connection flights, and then arriving at destination, getting our pickup to the hotel, or rent a car. So you know those things, what you need to do in order to get to your destination. And when you do your business here, it's the same thing. A lot online is determined by the end result. Whenever you're doing anything in the digital world, you want to know what is the end result you're trying to achieve. Have a clear picture. If it's a fairly large project, just say then what is the halfway point? So how do I go from the end where I want to the actual result? Where's the halfway point from where I am now? And then you're going to start to look at your capabilities, your resources to actually make that happen. So I've given you a few ideas on formats and things that might make sense to yourself. The important thing is, we've spoken about this. You're going to start with an idea because you may be skilled in an area, you may have interest in an area, you may have experience in an area. Then you're going to think about a product. Before you make the product, test the idea in the market. Ask people in communities or whatever. You can say to them roughly what you're doing. You're coaching lifestyle, you're coaching entrepreneurship, you're coaching how to, as I said, how to run a digital agency, how to do marketing, how to increase sales, all of these type of things, and ask the market what their response is, what they'd like to know. You can do a lot of things and ask a market, ask a group, ask a community, and get their feedback. So that when you start to create that product, you're doing it in a way that already has a demand, in a way that is in your own perspective, from your own experiences and your own stories. And that's critically important. Myself included and many other people who created products, I mentioned in my story that I try to create the TOE and me, the theory of everything. And look, even Albert Einstein couldn't get a theory to match that, okay? So that is still in progress and it probably needs to be finished. You should teach something that people are already buying, not just interested in, that they're already buying. And in order to do that, you need to know what they want. It doesn't matter what I think, it doesn't matter what you think. It only matters what your paying customer thinks. For him to get his credit card out, something that makes sense to him, that's going to move his needle, that's what he's going to pay you for. And so please keep that in mind. And as always, click the like button, go and check us out, go to the page, the Facebook page. You can always opt in to see the info product. We've got some more information that you can go get, some video training on the website, and I will see you in the next video.